We're here with Mercedes-Benz's new GLE class, the first of the brand's new nomenclature that puts all SUVs under G or GL designations. That's not the only confusing thing here. Mercedes also calls this a coupe, so don't tell them it has two rear doors. Either way, the GLE replaces the M class, and from a styling and packaging standpoint, appears to take on cars like the BMW X6. Let's take a look inside and out. Familiar face given what Mercedes has done to a lot of its recent cars. Kind of a gently rising belt line here, fairly dramatic rise in how the windows kind of come up here toward the roof line and sort of gently here toward the tail, which all sort of comes together here. A lot of deja vu because you've seen this already. It's in the BMW X6. Even the tail, as you look at how horizontal it is with the tail lights, all of these horizontal kind of themes here. Again, very familiar territory here. Now 21 or 22 inch wheels here. Check out these rear tires. 325 millimeters wide, a lot of traction there. Makes sense because in the cars that we're going to see here in the States, at least initially, a GLE 450 AMG Sport or a Mercedes-AMG GLE 63, minimum horsepower at least 362 horsepower, so it'll need a lot of traction to get that power to the ground. A mix of some old and some new in terms of the interior here. Still some of the old climate knobs that Mercedes kind of moved away from in cars like the redesigned C-Class, but a very attractive 8-inch display here above the center part of the dash. It integrates a little bit more nicely into the dash than in some of other Mercedes vehicles where it sort of kind of perches out on its own. Similar touchpad knob combo command system as you'll find in the C-Class. You can use the touchpad to kind of zoom in, zoom out, flip through menus, and even click down. Or if you want, you can use Command's familiar kind of 3-tiered menu structure there. Now, in terms of packaging, I gotta say, decent room, better room than you'd think looking at the outside of this car. Lots of room here to adjust the seat back. I'm 6 feet tall and I could sit easily 2 or 3 inches ahead of the seat all the way back, so there should be plenty of room for taller drivers. Good headroom too. I have the seat all the way up and there's a big sunroof in this car right here, and I still have a little bit of headroom left over. Now, visibility, maybe not such a great story here. Kind of thick A-pillars here, a very low vertical windshield here looking out. That's what happens when you have a very sleek roof line like this. Check out the rear window. Really small, kind of hard to see a lot of stuff out back. Let's take a look at the cargo area and the back seat. Now, adult passengers will kind of have to duck down a little bit to get in here, but not bad packaging once you get in. That's where I'd sit to drive. As you can see, lots of legroom left over here, and a combination of a very nice high seating position off the ground for good thigh support without sacrificing too much headroom left over. I gotta say, better than I expected on the outside of this vehicle. Now, the seats recline a few degrees. They don't really move forward or backward. Check out the folding process. Kind of an old, bit of an antiquated thing. You gotta make sure you get this seat cushion tumbled forward first, and then the head restraint has to fold down, and finally you can pull the seats down like so to get a flat floor here. Again, a 3-step process. About 58 cubic feet of maximum cargo room, Mercedes-Benz says. That's more than the X6, but not really that much overall when you consider that the old M-Class had about 80 cubic feet. Now, the M-Class was Mercedes' most popular selling SUV, so why the brand tried to turn that into sort of an X6 fighter doesn't make a lot of sense, because in 2014, BMW sold more than 12 X5s for every X6. Maybe this will be really fun to drive, but we won't know that until we get closer to its on-sale date in late summer of 2015. So for now, join us as we kind of scratch our heads at this one.